The world is plagued with a plethora of problems, but what you focus on is what really matters. While some choose to focus on problems, others focus on solutions. You're welcome to the ReadySolutions Show, where we spotlight real people solving real problems and creating lasting impact. From tech pioneers to agripreneurs, from sustainable healthcare solutions to renewable energy and waste management, these are the game changers shaping Nigeria and Africa. Stay with us as we explore these inspiring stories of innovation. Also remember that you have what it takes to become a solution provider when you choose to focus on seeking solutions and not amplifying the problems. You can also follow us across all social media platforms, and let's shift our focus from problems to solutions together. So today, I'm excited and thrilled to be having a very insightful conversation with Mr. Kingsley Ifeanyichukwu, who is the Senior Manager at AUSTInspire Incubation Hub and also the Technical Assistant to the President of the African University of Science and Technology, where we get to deep dive into the world of incubation hubs in the African ecosystem, their challenges, and how the journey has been for them. Don't go anywhere. I promise this is going to be a really enlightening conversation that you do not want to miss. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another very exciting edition of the ReadySolutions Show, brought to you by Ready to Talk Studios. My name is Chioma Otie, and today we are at the AUSTInspire Innovation Hub, where we'll get to speak to the Senior Manager here at the AUSTInspire Innovation Hub, who is also the Technical Assistant to the President of the African University of Science and Technology. It's going to be a really interesting conversation where we get to unpack what really goes on here and all of that. Don't go anywhere. Right now, I'm going to let my guest introduce himself and we jump right into the conversation. Hello, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning to you and welcome to the show today.
Thank you very much.
So let's get into the conversation. But then before that, I would like you to introduce yourself to us. Tell us what you do, your role here and functions.
Oh, great. My name is Kingsley Ifeanyichukwu. I'm the Senior Manager at this AUSTInspire Innovation Hub. And by the grace of God, the Technical Assistant to the President of African University of Science and Technology, Professor Azikiwe Peter Onwualofas. Okay, my role here can be said to be, driving everyday activities at the hub, ensuring that men and resources, human and material resources here are well utilized to achieve the overall objectives of the goals of the Innovation Hub, and equally develop and manage the visions of the hub to ensure that everything aligns with the mission and vision of the university, and this to show the broader vision of the university in innovation and entrepreneurship development.
That's a lot. Thank you very much for putting that out. And now with that out of the way, let's jump right into the conversation fully. So tell us what really goes on here. For someone that's just hearing about the AUSTInspire Innovation Hub for the first time, tell us what we need to know.
AUSTInspire Incubation Center or Innovation Hub is actually an incubation center of the University, African University of Science and Technology. It was established to bridge the gap between the academia and the market. So what we do here is we drive the commercialization of research outputs of the academia here, and equally help entrepreneurs and external startups to develop their raw ideas, their raw business ideas into commercializable products and services that can serve community needs out there. So basically, such ideas can be in the tech industry, edutech, medtech, anything. Just think about it. Even if it is soup, how to make soup making and the rest of them. We have experts here that utilize technology. Of course, you know that AI is in thing now. So we have people, experts, many of them that can use emerging technologies to touchlight your, permit me to use that word, to touchlight your business ideas and make sure that they drive it from one process to the other till it gets to a point that you can say, wow, this is what we have as a product or service. We equally have a lab out the other side. Maybe if time permits, we go there where we prototype those ideas. We have the facilities and the rest of them. So that's basically what we do here.
Oh, absolutely amazing. Well, I still want to probe a little more into the whole background of this hub. Tell us how long it has been in existence for and what particular kind of businesses are you targeting? I know that I see a lot of startups that are mostly in fintech, in agrotech, and in most of these other areas. What specific areas do you look out for?
All right. AUST Innovation Hub was established sometime around 2019 to 2020 by the university as a catalyst for commercialization of such products. And it was funded by African Development Bank and grants from Passet Innovation. In the meantime, we've been working with startups from various sectors, including fintech, sustainability, and green areas, like those that work in climate change and mitigation. We've worked with those in medical areas, social areas, creative industry. We have a good number of them. So we are not streamlined to a particular sector. We equally work with industries out there that need research products from our graduates. And in line with the vision of the university, we don't produce graduates here that goes out to look for jobs. So as the university academia faculty are preparing them to have a good grades in their certificates, here we equally add to that by giving them techs and soft skills, to make them complete products when they are graduating. So if you're graduating here, you're either graduating as a complete package, so you will not be a liability to the job market, or you are living as a business owner. So we have a good number of them that are here undergoing one form of business incubation or the other.
Okay, that's really interesting. It's good to know that you have a broad array of sectors that you train people on. However, I think I heard you say something around students. Are they called students here or founders? Because typically I know that a lot of incubation hubs try to help to refine business ideas from different people. So do you train them as a school setting, or you help them refine their business ideas?
Okay, you know that AUST Innovation Hub is an institution-based incubation center. So when I say students, I mean students of the university.
Okay.
And not students of the innovation center. So they're actually founders. That's the generic name for every entrepreneur startup that wants to develop his product or service. Mm-hmm. So that's the actual name. So when I mention students, I mean students of African University of Science and Technology, our landlords here.
All right, so it's great that you clarify that. So moving forward, I know that a lot of incubation hubs in Nigeria, in fact, there are a lot of incubation hubs in Nigeria, and they do literally almost the same thing or similar things. So I'd like to know what unique addition that the AUSTInspire Innovation Hub brings. What's that one thing that you do differently as compared to every other innovation or incubation hub around Nigeria and even Africa as a whole?
Okay, I think our unique selling point is that we are not just a normal innovation center out there. We are an institution-based innovation center, meaning that founders can leverage on research outputs of our academia here to better improve their ideas, their business ideas. And the way this place, as you can see, the way this place is set up, the ICT here is top-notch, and we have an array of industry experts in different sectors that startups and founders can leverage on to develop their ideas faster. And because of our reach as a university-based innovation center, we leverage on the university to reach out to funding faster and easier, because writing scripts for grants assessments is not an easy one to do. So if you are here as a founder or a startup, We have experts in writing proposals for grants. Of course, you know that the university itself has been existing on grants over the years before it transcends to the level where we are now. So that's an added advantage that founders who pass through here has to get. So that's it.
All right, amazing stuff. Thank you very much for that. All right, so I would like to know what the criteria for being onboarded in the hub is, because I'm trying to move away from the institution now to the hub particularly. What are the criteria you look out for before accepting people into the hub? Because I know you do not just accept everybody that applies, because there's a large number of people applying. So what's your criteria for selection?
Yeah, in the midst of all the pools of applications that we receive here on weekly basics, our experts have laid down criteria that we use to assess people we can work with. One of them is to look when a particular business idea is picked up, we look out to see whether the product is scalable, whether it is market worthy, is it solving the needs and problems of a particular community. Yeah, so when you see these things, once you're looking at a particular business idea and you are seeing these variables, you know that it's a product that can go a very long way.
Okay, I think that is really noteworthy. So we're going into more micro granular part of this conversation. I'd like to know some other very critical activities or programs that you carry out here for the participants or founders, like we say, in this hub. What are some programs that are worthy of note that you'd like to share with us that every founder must pass through or engage in before they actually make their product out for everybody to buy or to purchase?
Okay, thank you very much. What we do here is like a complete course. And if you're living as a founder this place, you are living as you're exiting the program as a finished product. Reason is because we don't just help to develop your product or service, we equally help to develop you as an individual, because every product needs marketing. You need to know the legal consequences of around your business. Yeah, you need to know the ecosystem you are serving. You need to know how to carve an inch in the market, because no particular product is actually very new. There's a whole lot we do for our founders and our startups here that are very unique to us as an institutional organization. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So you mentioned that this institution or this hub has been in existence for about 4 years now, since 2019, 2020. I'd like you to tell me, I'm just curious to know, are there certain success stories of businesses that have passed through, or startups that have passed through this hub, that you'd like to share with us that are really worthy of note and are thriving exceptionally in the market today?
Okay. I don't know, you may have heard about LF Return Me. LF Return Me is an IT-based platform that helps people to recover their lost gadgets out there. There's another one there. You see, you've already had a prototype portable ventilator that helps people. It was actually invented after the COVID-19, the troubles of COVID-19. Then we have another one. You can see mental health counseling and support. We call it Theragist. Is equally a startup from here. A good number of them that are doing well out there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So still trying to uncover that particular subject. Can you tell me certain matrices that you look to or that are basis for determining success in any business? What are certain things that you look out for or that you've looked out for in any of the businesses that have passed through here that made you tell that this business is successful or has a potential to be successful?
Okay. When you say that a business is successful when it is sustainable.
Okay.
All right. Many businesses will start today and die tomorrow. Some will start from Banex and the next year they go back to their flats or to their houses. That is progressing in error. All right. But when you see a business that maybe in their database they have 50 subscribers at the initial stage, And gradually you see that it's increasing to 100, 200, 1,000, and this case may be. That's a success rate. We equally look at their finances, because if you pass through us as a founder, we don't just let you go. We remain with you throughout the lifetime of that business, because upon registration, AUSTinspire takes a place in your business as a shareholder.
Okay.
So in doing that, we can be able to monitor and know when you need further support as you go.
Okay.
So that's how we track the startups that pass through us here.
Yeah, that's great and interesting. All right, so since you already mentioned the subject of finance, because I was going to go there next,
Okay.
Tell me, do you have any financing agencies that you partner with, or how in totality do your startups or founders here get access to funding, and what is the structure around funding here like?
Okay, thank you very much. It's still part of my responsibility as a manager here to look up for partnerships and stakeholders and funding for our founders and startups. And most of the startups that have passed through us here were funded through grants and angel investors. So at the moment, we don't have a particular funder or the other, but we scout for grants and specific industries that are relevant to the product you are or service that you are offering. So if we get that, we measure and promote it and see how successes are achieved around it. Then if we found a grant that can help to scale up your business, we help you to develop such proposal for such grants and pursue it on your behalf until you get it. One other thing we do is that we organize conferences and summits where our startups are showcased, their products and services are showcased, and we also invite these other people that we call angel investors and other stakeholders to come and see. Like for instance, we are planning in November an African Innovation Summit. The Africa Innovation Summit is designed to bring down the entire innovation ecosystem in Africa to Abuja here, to come and network, showcase what they are doing to the world, interact and see how we can raise more awareness and finances that can help scale-ups, because time is now for African innovators and startups to start thinking Africa. If you are closer or pay more attention to what is happening globally, like in America, Trump said is America for America, Americans first. So what that's telling you is that you need to go home and develop your place. So that's why being proactively, we decided to organize this program for Africa innovators. All right. So these are the things we need to look at. And we equally need to appraise innovators who have done well in Africa, especially in the areas of health, education, and renewable energy and sustainability in Africa. So by way of award, so it's a big one. It's a 5 or 6 days event. So I mean, I'm sure that when that time comes, a lot of information will be out there for the general public to consume and know about it more, and equally be a part of it, because everybody will be here, both the academia, the researchers, the innovators, the angel investors, venture capitalists, whatever.
Exactly. So everyone, just look out for the African Innovation Summit, right? It's going to, yes, 2025 is going to be a very grand one, and wish you the best with the preparation. Yes, but before we move away from the subject of financing, so as far as you can speak to, do you think that these financial instruments and methods that you have just mentioned around how you source for funding for your founders here has been sustainable? And is it really something that's going to last for as long as possible?
Yeah, like I said earlier, there's no one solution that fits all problems. And as an innovation institution, we keep innovating, we keep, finding out better ways of doing things. I mentioned earlier on that we are about to establish what we call Incubation Endowment Fund, leveraging on our successful alumni and other partner organizations to ensure that funding will no longer be a problem here. And every day, through our research and innovation units, we research for available fundings in the areas of grants around the world, Africa, and the globe, to see the ones that can solve the critical needs of our startups and founders. So those are the best practices everywhere. And as an innovation, that's why we are establishing that endowment fund for incubation. Business incubation is not anywhere in the world I can take you to the bank. So we are the first to do that, and I think that's tell you that we are being proactive and we are forward thinking, trying to see how we can solve these emerging problems. Yeah.
I totally agree with you. Proactivity is key, and I think this is a very innovative way to go about sourcing for funding. All right, so now with that out of the way, I want us to talk about certain challenges that the hub has had to face since it started running. What are certain, I would just like you to mention a few, or maybe even just one, and you can just expound on it as much as possible. What is one very important challenge that you had to face that caused a lot of brainstorming, thinking, partnering, and all of that? And how were you able to actually surmount that particular challenge?
Yeah, if you're doing big things like what we're doing here, problems comes out on daily basis.
Definitely.
All right. And because we have the capacity, we're able to surmount these problems. Like I said earlier, AUST Innovation Center, as well as many other organizations out there that are into the same business that we are doing, our major challenge has always been, one, sourcing for funding. Yeah. Two is there is this issue about founders. It's always difficult to convince them to do things the way things are being done and not the way they really want to do it. Yeah. So, for instance, somebody might want to name his business Joy Africa, and you are telling the person that see, Joy Africa will limit you to Africa. Why not do it Joy Global, and the person with the, that ownership. Do you know how long it took me to come around with this name? And yeah, Joy Africa sounds good, but without, having to know the limitations he's putting himself. So working with founders is actually a daunting challenge or task. But our system here, if you look, you see that most people working here are very young and vibrant talents. So, and it is strategic because these are people that can relate easily with, business founders that are coming around, at that age bracket. Another big challenge, not just to us, but to every other organization of this nature, is funding for founders and even to run the organization. But one of the things that is helping us here as an institution is because our management is actually giving us all the necessary support and backing that we need to excel. And we give thumbs up to the president of the university, Professor Azikiwe Peter Onwalo, because even in his highness and everything being there, he still comes down, gives us daily monitoring and to ensure that we didn't drill from what we are about to do. So if you can imagine at that level, he's still using his tentacles to source us for grants and funding for us. So we actually have a particular unit that is saddled with the responsibility of sourcing out for funding. So that's to tell you how much we value it, and the much you are putting in to see that these problems are solved.
Okay. Absolutely amazing. I think that there is no organization that goes without a challenge. It just depends on how you surmount it.
Unless you're not doing anything.
Of course.
Yeah.
All right. So I know that the startup ecosystem in Nigeria and even in Africa is constantly changing, is constantly evolving, is fast moving. And in fact, in Nigeria, there are certain economic policies and unstable economic policies that limit how operations are done in innovation hubs or incubation hubs like this. So tell me how you people have been able to manage to stay relevant while still trying to adhere to the dictatorship of all of these policies and changes.
Yeah, like I said earlier on, the one unique advantage that we have is that we are situated in a learning environment in a university, and not just a university, but a science and technology-driven university, a center of excellence in Africa. So that gives us that nudge to even know ahead where economy, policies, and everything is going. And we do research and come up with solutions even ahead before things happen. So, and we equally leverage on, the stakeholders of the university to excel in times of troubles in this nature. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Just before I ask my last question, I'm curious to know, how do you get your facilitators for trainings? Are they also from the university or are they external facilitators?
Our facilitators are majorly taken from those founders who have passed through here, and we have partner stakeholders that does one part of the incubation or the other out there. We equally have others that are not even in Nigeria or here that handles hybrid courses from wherever they are. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that response. And now we are finally coming to the end of this conversation. And my last question would be, where do you see the hub in the next 5 years, like projecting into the future? And what do you think are certain things or factors that will influence or shape the future of innovation hubs in the next couple of years? So it's a two-in-one question. The future, or what do you see, or where do you see the hub in 5 years? And what do you see shaping the future of hubs in Africa?
Okay, number one, in the next couple of years, Africa Innovation Hub, AUST Innovation Hub will be the home for innovation incubation in Africa. It will be a household name among every founder in Nigeria and beyond, because of the programs and projects that have been planned for the next 3, 4, 5 years. And I can assure you that the people and the activities we have produced, we have been able to do from now till then, we position AUSTInspire Innovation Hub as destination for business incubation in Africa. Having said this, your second question is asking me about the things that we shape.
Yes, the future of innovation hubs, yes, in Africa.
Okay. One of the major things that will shape the future of innovation incubation in Africa is continuous funding. Once there is availability of funding, people in this industry will continue to work and produce the next experts that will drive the future of Africa in innovation. Once there is availability of resources apart from finances, once people continue to develop their skills and meet up with the evolving technologies. For instance, the world is going towards AI, which is high level evolving ICT. So if people continue to develop their skills in that area, especially people that work in this kind of environment, it will still help to shape the future and sustainability of innovation hubs. So mentorship, strategic mentorship and development, research and innovation, these are the things that will continue to shape the future of innovation business in Africa.
Interesting. Thank you very much, Mr. Kingsley. But before I let you go, I just want you to speak to anybody out there that has a brilliant idea or that has a business that he or she is trying to work on and is struggling in one way or the other. Say to them what you think they should do, or anybody that wants to start anything around this, just speak to them. And also tell us how to follow you or how other people can follow you across all social media platforms or maybe your website.
Thank you very much, Choma. You see, people think you need to have something very special or something very I don't know the best way to use, um, before you call it a business idea. That thing you think is not even useful might be the thing that will change a whole lot about, around your vicinity. So don't wait till you have a very big idea or you have something very interesting. Just think out something. Look out for people's problem. Think out for solutions to those problems. Once you find something that can solve people's problem, come here. We'll help you refine it and make it what it should be. If you can identify a particular problem, and I can bet you that left or right, front and back, there are problems everywhere. There are community problems everywhere. It can either be in IT, in health, in education, everywhere. Just look out for one. Think something around a solution that can solve that problem. We will amplify it and see that it becomes what it's supposed to be. So you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok on AUST_hub. Then on LinkedIn, just search for AUST Innovation Center. The same thing on Facebook, just look out for AUST Innovation Center and follow us there.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Mr. Kingsley. He's the senior manager here at AUSTInspire Innovation Hub and also the technical assistant to the president of African University of Science and Technology. It has absolutely been a pleasure having this conversation with you and learning from you. I hope that our listeners out there get to learn a thing or two from the hub. And if you want to refine your ideas or bring your ideas to life, this is a good place for you to come to. Thank you very much again for being a part of the ReadySolutions Show today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this episode. Remember, my name is Chioma Otie, and I hope that you engage with this content. Remember to follow us if you haven't, or subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it to as many people as you think that needs to see this. Until the next episode, bye for now.
All right, then, there you have it. This was a very, very engaging and enlightening conversation. I learned a lot personally, and I hope you did too. That's it for this episode. Ensure to follow us across all social media platforms so that you get to see more and more content like this. On to the next one. Bye for now.